Hello, everyone. My name is Wilson Rivas, and this activity is designed for children between 7 to 8, and they are part of a theme that I call Weather Explorers. The children can learn vocabulary and some structures related to the weather, but the idea is that they won't learn it in a traditional way. Instead, they will learn through an active experience where they just can move around, participate, have fun, and actually use English. That is the case. I chose children between 7 to 8 years old because at this stage they can already produce short sentences and follow more structured instructions, but they still need movements, also be visual support and symbolic play to stay motivated. At this age, the kids are pretty active. They begin to classify information and establish relationships, so the weather theme allows them to associate concepts like sunny with clothing or specific actions. And children will be enjoying taking on roles such as being scientists or presenters, which encourages participation. Okay, so let's move on to the second slide, and this is our first activity that I called weather conditions. In this first activity, it consists of sensory stations within the classroom, and each station represents a type of weather. Could be sunny, could be rainy, could be cloudy or windy. In each space, the students not only repeat the word, but also produce a complete sentence. That's very important. Like, it's sunny, it is sunny, or I wear a jacket, I'm wearing a jacket. In this activity, like the children don't just memorize individual words, but they learn vocabulary while looking at pictures, listening to expressions, and performing actions. This helps them to better understand the meaning and use the language with more confidence. And that's the idea at this age, establish confidence on them to speak a second language is very important. Okay, now let's move on to the next activity. That is activity number 2. And this is like pretty interesting because this is to be the weather reporter. And in this second activity, the children will work in small groups, and each group receives a simple map, like you guys can see in the picture, and they will have the several cities, with cars with different types of weather. Could be sunny, rainy, cloudy, windy. And first, they choose what weather each city will have and organize the information. Then they will have to prepare a short report, and one or more members of the groups will come to the front of the class and present, saying, for example, it's cloudy in Bogota or it's sunny in Cali. All right, and now let's move on to the next slide. Here, students no longer just repeat the words, they use English to communicate information that they have organized by themselves. The activity encourages children to speak in front of others in a simple and guided way. And in this case, both activities take into account different learning styles. They use images and maps, which is visual, listen to repeated structures that will be auditory, and move and manipulate the cars, the flashcards that we have. That's going to be kinesthetic movement. Of course, they will work in groups and prepare the report, and that will be interpersonal, where you need to interact with your classmates. And the teacher will guide the activity by first demonstrating how to write the report, how to do it, how to say it. And they don't explain grammar rules. This is very important, but rather give a clear examples and help when needed. If a child makes a mistake, the teacher just will repeat the sentence correctly so they can hear the proper model. It's not about like telling them like they're wrong. It's more about to be a role where they can feel more confidence. And these activities, as I said at the beginning, they are each for small children, but the idea is they need to be from 7 to 8 years old. Keeping in mind that at this age they learn differently, and each one progress are as their own pace. It's not just about teaching new words, but about motivate them to participate and enjoy using English. If they speak English slowly, we can build the confidence, and they will be more willing to speak more English with the time. That's pretty much my class for today. Thank you so much.